Paul Skeens out of there in the first inning. If you say that you could have predicted that in your wildest dreams, I don't believe you. Maybe you predicted that the Mets lineup would shell Skeens to a degree. Him leaving with two outs in the first inning, I was in shock. I was stunned.
I mean, too tough to speak on it. Point two innings pitched, four hits, five earned runs, one strikeout, two walks. That's just not something you see from him. Let's reverse from that point just for a moment.
First inning, I believe they said, do not quote me on either of these two stats, but I believe they said on the broadcast that Paul Skeens has never been chased from the game before in the first inning in his very young career. And also, he's never given up 5 runs in a single inning in his career. Um, I'm sorry to Paul Skeens today. It was just all the hype and the pomp and the circumstance. We were like, oh, Skeens is pitching. The Mets are gonna get smoked. Skeens is pitching. We should have Nolan McLean out there to go up against him. Paul Skeens laid an egg.
And I might also just add, just to say it, that if the other team does have 7 runs, there are times where you will in fact lose that game. Today is just not one of those days, and I'm going to choose to focus on the positives. Because in the bottom of the first inning, the Mets score 5 runs. That really, in some ways, was the beginning and the end of this game. Bichette hit a sac fly and an at-bat that really made me nothing short of proud. Brett Baty tripled to center. I mean, an opening day triple in your first at bat for a man that we just love so much. Maybe that's just me. I think that might be both of us. You can't not be happy for him. And then Semien doubled to left. I mean, it really just felt like everybody was showing off a little piece of why they're on this team in this roster today.
Not to even mention, I think that first inning was, and we're getting carried away, and actually we're just going to get carried away. So I'm just going to put that disclaimer out there. But that first inning, and honestly, this game as a whole, I mean, they scored 11 runs, so there's that. Granted, albeit against the Pirates, but on a day Paul Skeens was pitching. You get the idea. I think today, and specifically that first inning, was such a refreshing, beautiful, stunning example. It would have been enough for me to see them chase Paul Skeens in the first inning and just win the game like 7-4 or something. That would have been good enough for me. But no, there was more. Carson Bench hits a home run in his first major league game. That moment really felt like a good omen for everything to come. I think then obviously Alvarez follows it up, and Alvy, obviously a guy you want to see a lot more power from this season. That feels promising as well. And listen, I know it's the Pirates and it's the Pirates bullpen. All right, so we're not going to get too high on all of it, but what a great moment, I think, top to bottom for the Mets today.
The Mets moved to 42 and 23 all time on opening day, and I'm sure that a number of you listening to this particular podcast know the fact that the Mets have that number one spot on the all-time opening day list. But did you all know this? I thought this was interesting. That stat becomes even more impressive when you consider that the franchise lost its first 8 opening day games from its inception in 1962. So I truly did not know that. Thought that was interesting to find out. I saw that on an MLB.com article. I don't know why, what the magic is, why they always do so well on opening day, but I always feel even more excited about it. The one